So in this video, I want to talk about how we're going to relate dating and relationships to a game. You've probably heard this plenty of times before. Everybody says if he's got game or he doesn't have game, or there's a book called The Game. But I really want you to think of it as really a game. And in a game, there's two players or multiple players. In this situation, usually there's two players, a man and a woman. The better you are at a game, the chances of winning increasing. Okay, I have a good friend who's one of the best Monopoly champions in the country, and he practices his game and learns his game often and every week in order to get better at the game so he wins more often. And just like any game or a football, basketball, sporting game, the more you practice, the better you will get. This seems obvious, but I want you to ask yourself, how often do you go out and practice your social skills? How often do you practice speaking to women? Because this is one of the things, the biggest thing men are afraid of: public speaking, talking to women, approaching women. But yet it's one of the littlest practice things. And if you notice, have you ever practiced something a lot and you get so good it didn't seem that it was hard anymore? Professional sports players, they do these crazy things that make it look easy. Singers, good singers make singing a song sound almost like they put no work into it. Yet they spend hours and hours practicing their voice and their skills in order to increase their skill. Well, just like men that are good with women, they had to practice to get there. And they brush up on these skills regularly. So, some ways that you can practice is one, by watching videos like this on a regular basis. Not even just watching mine, but watching many videos to help keep your motivation level high and give you new information to fuel your success daily. Also putting into application the things that you learn from these videos. Not just learning, but going out and doing them. At least 2-3 days a week or 2-3 nights a week, going out, talking to women, even if you don't get results, just for the pure sake of practicing and keeping your skills sharp. Because just like if you ever exercise, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? Your muscles start atrophy, and they get smaller, and you start losing them eventually. Or you gain weight, you gain fat, and things of that nature. So that's what your social skills is going to be like if you don't consistently practice what I'm going to teach you. None of this stuff is going to be any good. So hopefully you've started to do some of the exercises since the beginning of the course. And if you haven't, I highly recommend going back and doing those exercises, because you're going to get the most value out of the course this way. And it's not going to be an overnight process, and it's continually going to you're always going to have to maintain your skills, no matter for your entire life. If you want to be good with women, you're going to regularly have to read books to keep your motivation high and your knowledge, keep current on trends, keep your social skills sharp. You will lose them if you don't use them consistently. And you'll notice you'll have less and less sex in your life, or less and less romantic encounters or relationships with women. Even in your own marriage will happen less if you don't keep yourself sharp. Okay? So practice makes perfect, and continue to learn. Continue to not just watch my videos, but maybe even others in the future, so that way you can improve your success. And this video is just going to be short, so we're going to get into the good stuff now about how women think. And I want to get into the code that women speak and how we can crack it. Okay, so let's get into that.